So no talking about the Voldemort shot or the virus or any negative effects of any kind of medical procedure everywhere, because even though the pharmaceutical industry is convicted felons, this product is blessed by the great God, Fauci. And he is the all-seeing, all-knowing, even though he hasn't worked on a patient in 50 years, but you know, he is really a sharp. No, he's not. Okay, he's a bureaucrat. He's in the pocket. I mean, shit, he's part owner of Moderna. You know, it's like, you know, come on, guys. This is ridiculous. You know, talk about insider trading. You know, if you're curious about some trading advice, watch Pelosi. She's really good. We're ready? Oh, run the intro. Okay. We're live? Live? Welcome to True Health Tuesday, and the truth will set you free. Okay, tonight we're going to talk, it's going to be kind of unusual because I'm going to walk you through what we do at this office, but we're really looking for 3 keys to health, and it's the stressors. But this is amazing. Okay, this is a picture from some of my patients up in Alaska. Okay, and this is the Freedom Rally you may have heard in Canada. It's spread into Alaska. So these guys, I mean, God bless truckers. Talk about, you know, real people, no BSing around, common sense. God bless you. Now, George Washington, liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. We're seeing it right now. Now, luckily, last week I made it through without any censors or without any videos being deleted, so that's nice. But, you know, under that long. Okay, so we're in Telegram, we're in BitChute, we're in Odyssey, we're as many programs as we can. But this is a serious infringement of what our rights are. And if you're familiar with monopolies, you know, eventually the truth will come out. But please sign up for the Dr. BVIP if you haven't done that yet. Please do. Save this information, download it, because no site is safe, okay, from the powers that be. Extreme Health Academy, I'm on there at least a couple of times a month answering questions, doing webinars. But if you have health issues, this is a great avenue. And yes, next Wednesday, I'm flying out to Thailand, okay? In a couple of years, when things settle down, I'll let you know how I was able to go. Okay. But it is going to be on February 19th, 2022 at the Galico Gardens. So it's limited to 60 people. It's going to be outside because you can only have an outside event. It's going to be 95 degrees and 90% humidity. And I'm supposed to wear a mask while I'm speaking, and everyone else will be wearing masks. Seriously. But at least we may be able to get some of this information out there so we could save lives. Because we've got to get the information out, because they're trying to squelch it. So now, the 3 things. Now think of this. Every stress that you're ever under is under 3 different categories: physical stress, chemical stress, and emotional stress. Now, you could put anything you want, you know, that ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, okay, that's emotional stress, okay, could be physical stress. Medications, drugs, toxic food, chemical stress. Poor sleep patterns, chemical stress. Physical stress could have been falling off the swing when you were 7, you know, I mean, all the myriad of things we go through. All 3 of those stressors affect the automatic nervous system. And this is how your body adapts to the environment. That means the emotional stress, okay, that you get from watching CNN. Well, I'm sorry, if you're watching CNN, you're not under emotional stress, you're programmed. Okay, I'm talking like Del Bigtree, okay? This is the truth. Okay, so if you're emotionally upset, instantly this fight or flight system activates. And we have this automatic nervous system that does everything in your body that you don't have to think about. So if you're under a stress, and this is physical, chemical, or emotional stress, you get an increase in this sympathetic activity. And that means that poor blood supply to the gut, heart rate's going to be elevated, blood sugar is going to be elevated, the liver is going to break glycogen down to glucose, blood supply to the gut's going to be shut down. So this is a normal, natural response to run away from the tiger. The problem is if we're under chronic physical, chemical, or emotional stress, you're in a sympathetic dominant state. That means you'll be misdiagnosed with a low-functioning thyroid. We misdiagnosed with chronic constipation, misdiagnosed with sleep disorders, misdiagnosed with a bunch of things. And in fact, if you look at these are the delusion of diagnosis. Is high blood pressure a disease or an adaptation? Is fibromyalgia a disease or an adaptation? Is a low-functioning thyroid just because you're freaking defective, although your grandparents were fine? Okay, do you understand? You've been bought a lie. These are adaptive physiologic responses based on the three stressors. Now, we're in a psychotic world where you go to a person in health authority, you abdicate a responsibility over your health, and you say, oh, help. And what do they say? What's the number one cause of high blood pressure? We don't know. But here, it must run in your family. Really, my great-grandpa didn't have it. You know, how would you like to have, high blood pressure when you're running after the antelope 2,000 years ago? Yeah, of course you did. That was normal. Okay, but under chronic stress, it weakens you. Now, how do we check that? We look for the autonomic nervous system. And this is heart rate variability, fantastic test, and we test everybody. Do we test everybody? Yeah, because if we're looking at somebody with a low-functioning parasympathetic, low-functioning sympathetic, or sympathetic dominant state, we know that their body is going to be responding in a certain way. Okay, even the muscles on either side of the spine are going to increase in tone. So we get an actual test. Now, the cool part about this is after we do some therapies on that patient, okay, we're going to do the test again to see if we actually fixed it. I know, what a concept. How would you like to go to a doctor that gives you a diuretic or a beta blocker and they say, gee, Bob, you're only going to need to take this for a month and then the problems are going to be fixed. No, you don't get that crap. You got to take this for forever. And then when you come back, because they never address the underlying stressors, what do they give you? Another drug. What do they give you? Another drug. Okay. It's crazy. Okay. So we also do surface electromyography. This is measuring the muscle activity that you do not have conscious control over. The muscles that run down either side of the spine, you don't have conscious control over. They're called postural muscles. This is why the increase in tone under what stressors? Physical, chemical, and emotional. This is why when people say, oh my God, I'm really upset, I can't relax during the adjustment. I say, I don't care, I'm working with stuff that you can't control. Okay, you put a pressure in here, all the sensors relax, muscles relax, you can get in there and knock it out. But this measures that abnormal, that sensory input. What else do? We do a rolling thermal scan. Now this is measuring the temperature difference one side as opposed to the other, because if you have one side hotter than the other in a segmental level, that means that the organ systems could be malfunctioning. And that is your metabolic response to the environment. Because I'm telling you right now, if you build cells faster than they break down, that's called health. Okay, if you break cells down faster than you build, that's called a lack of ease or a disease. And so wouldn't it be nice to have an objective measure? I mean, to just say, hey, look, you are actually healthy. But you know what happens nowadays? You go to the doctor, you're taking the two blood pressure, the diuretic, the cholesterol drug, the sleep medications, the ED. Oh, I'm sorry, can't say that. Okay, I once knew a girl that couldn't spell VW. Okay, so you're like this. I know, I'm totally kidding. Okay, and the doctor says, wow, your blood test looks great. And you say, yeah, but I feel like shit. Okay, yeah, but your blood tests look great. You understand there's no objective analysis to this. You have to look at how your body's responded to the environment. Now, this is basically a report of findings, okay, that we go through. So I'm just giving you the number of tests that we do. The digital x-rays, stress x-rays,